me just look at this. Am I live? Is it going on? Are we live, guys? All right. So I'm having a change of heart with the FX2, guys. And I'm just trying to see if we're live.
Like, look.
And yeah, yep, we're live. Okay,
How do
cool.
I see?
There we go.
Oh, now you.
All right, cool, guys. We're live. So, guys, I'm having a change of heart with the FX2. As you guys know, I was gonna get this FX2 right. Let me just pull it up for you guys. I was gonna get where are you at, bro? I was gonna get the Sony FX2, and right now it's not pulling up. Where are you at, bro? Right here, FX2. I actually ordered it already. I was gonna get this camera. It's coming out. You can see it's a new release. It's coming soon. I literally just traded in. I just traded in a bunch of stuff. So this is the trade-in that I just did with B&H Photo. So I literally traded in a full frame A7 Mark IV, A7 IV camera, phenomenal camera. And by the way, this is the quote that B&H gave me before I traded them in. So literally all this stuff I shipped to B&H yesterday. I'm sorry, last week. So all of this went out to B&H last week, and it's they'll probably receive it on Wednesday, so like in 2 more days, and then they're gonna do the evaluation and give me my credit for it. But if you look, there's an A7 Mark IV, FX30, and 4 of my lenses. So I literally traded all that stuff in the hopes to get this camera right here, the new FX2 that has just been released. You could see here it's coming soon. It ships out in about 3 weeks. Actually, about 4. It's about a month out. But I'm having a change of heart, and I'll tell you why. Before I traded those cameras in last week, I had those 2 cameras on that list. I'll put the list up again. I had these cameras right here, the the A7 Mark IV and the FX30, and I had this FX3, which I'll show you that right now. I had this FX3 and this ZV-1M Mark II. This is a ZV-1M Mark II. Really good camera. Let me show you this first. This is the ZV-1 Mark II. You can see how big it is compared to my hand. I got really big hands, but the camera is like a little pocket little camera that does wonders, guys. So this thing, I'm going to switch to this camera right now so you can see this camera that you're looking through. Let's go like that. So this, guys, is my FX3. And this is, I've had this for like a year or so now. So check this out. This is the FX3, and that's the 16 millimeter 1.8. And if you look at the list that I just showed you, the very last item on the list is a 20 1.8. That was a great lens that was a recent release from Sony. I paid $1,000 for that. That's a 20 millimeter f1.8 lens. I traded that in because I'm now using this lens that's on this camera right now. This 16 millimeter 1.8. I did that because it's way better for streaming. And so, guys, this is my office. This is my setup. This is my beta. This is Sherby. Over here, you'll see Pinky over here. He's a baby guppy. You'll see if I go like this. These are my other baby guppies in this tank over here. So back, and let's go back to the FX3 view right here. So I got this 16 millimeter 1.8 to replace the 20 millimeter 1.8, and I'm so happy I did that. No love lost. It's a phenomenal lens. It's wider, so now when I want to hold the camera and go live streaming with you guys, I can hold the camera, and I don't have to be extended out. I could be like right here, and my hand is way more comfortable rested on me right here. It's just a way more comfortable feel. And if I'm going to be out and about live streaming, that's how I want to do that. I want to be more comfortable and hold a nicer, heavier camera. The FX3 is not really heavy, but it's not like a tiny little camera like this. So let me pull up my chat, guys. One sec. So that's what I've done so far. I made that switch. Okay. So we got I have two cameras right now. I have this one right here, the ZV-1M, and I have the FX3 that you're looking through right now. And I think the FX3 is a phenomenal camera for live streaming on the go and doing all this video recording and all this stuff that I do with you guys. So I'm gonna stick with this camera. I traded in those other two cameras. I had three big cameras plus a ZV-1M. I had literally a ZV-1M, this Sony FX3, a Sony A7 IV, which is a full frame camera, and a Sony FX30, which is a phenomenal cinema camera. That's the baby version of this FX30. Has a smaller sensor. I traded all that stuff in, and I was gonna get this right here. This just got released. It's a full frame version of the FX30. It's another FX3. It can take better pictures if I want to do product photography for my companies, stuff like that. So I was going to do this, and then I said, you know what? Why would I do that? Why not double down on live streaming since I'm enjoying it so much? And why don't I double down on live streaming and go with this right here? This is the LiveU Solo, guys. This is for live streaming on the go. And since I already have two cameras, I can go and get one of these. And then now I can be live streaming on the go. Because here's what this does. This is a unit where you plug in your camera right here to this HDMI right here. And then on the other side, you plug in modems. And modems, basically, it's this kit right here. These basically have you basically put SIM cards into each one of these 4 modems that you see. So that's literally, you put let me get this a bigger view. There we go. So each one of these gets a SIM card, and instead of me going out and live streaming with my phone on YouTube and it being choppy, you could watch my videos. I've already done plenty of that, and it's just choppy because you go in and out, you go between cell towers, and this is one service provider. With this setup, I'll have 4 different service providers, which in US you only need 3. But if I go traveling across, to other countries, they use all kinds of different carriers. So this is a worldwide kit, and this kit basically will let me do all the stuff in US and outside the country when we go traveling. So I'll have, here, let me close my door. One sec. So I'll be able to, the trick with this unit, guys, is I'll literally be able to have this unit with me, connect my FX3, and go outside, go out and about, and I'll be able to live stream in HD 1080p HD, in some cases higher from what they're saying. But I really don't need that. But I will do it. I'll do some 4K if it lets me. Why not? Or 1440. So I'll be able to go running and gunning, doing live streaming, go out and do all the different stuff that I want to do and that I've been doing, but I can't live stream because it's just choppy. And I'll still have two awesome cameras. So again, I'll have the ZV-1M, which look at this right here. I'm going to show you some footage. I'm recording this right now. I'm live streaming this right now with this camera. Look, this is my beta tank. You guys already saw that. Let me get Sherby out here. He looks like he's like dying, but he likes to rest. He's crazy. Watch this. Come on, bro. Wake up, wake up. Look alive. You're live, bro. So that's Sherby right there. He's a little nuts. He's the hungriest and most aggressive beta I've ever had. This is a Sony ZV-1 Mark II. You could see it's a phenomenal camera. It's a phenomenal live streaming camera. Look at the image on this, dude. It's insane. Like, it's really good. Imagine if I'm out and about. Look at that. That's so good. That is so clean. So I have this camera. And I also have this camera. This is the FX2 with the 16 millimeter 1.8. However, I'm also going to get another lens. So this is a 16 1.8. It's a fixed lens. It can't like zoom in and out, but I'm going to get a lens that does zoom in and out, and it'll be plenty. And you'll see what I mean in a second. So let me switch back to the FX3. So now we're on the FX3 on that 16 millimeter lens that can't zoom in and out. However, with these full frame cameras, with the FX3 full frame camera, I can do crop sensor mode, and I can assign that to a button on the side of the lens or anywhere in the camera. And when I click this button, it's going to zoom in to a crop sensor mode. Watch this. So that's a crop sensor mode. And on top of that, we have clear image zoom. So mind you, this is a fixed lens that you can't zoom in with. But look what we're doing. So we just cropped in to 1.5 times, and now we're cropping in even more. So like if I wanted to zoom in on the plant back there or something like that, I could just totally. This is crop sensor mode right here. This is crop sensor mode, and it's zoomed in. It's a little mess there. You can see my socks, but it's all good. Hopefully you guys can overlook that. Not mark me down for that. Anyway, I'm being silly, but still. So, so I have crop sensor mode, which is still on. So this is a 16 millimeter fixed lens that I was able to zoom in that far. Now imagine if I get that 16 to 35, it'll be 16 like this. It'll zoom in to 35, which is about here, just with the lens alone, without me doing any of this other stuff. Then when I'm zoomed into 35, it'll zoom in again with this crop sensor mode that I keep clicking on and off right here. So imagine this is the 35. It'll zoom in past 35 up to like 50. And then I'll use clear image zoom to go to 70. On a 16 to 35 lens, it'll be essentially a 16 to like 74, 72. I don't know, something like that. So that's what I'm going to do, guys. That's what I have my heart set on now, is basically, let me put this back on the screen. So I traded this stuff in, okay? Take a sip while you look at that list. Look at that. The first three are lenses. The two after those are cameras. And that last one is the 20 millimeter 1.8, which I was reluctant to sell or trade in, but I'm so glad I did. Because I'm in love with the lens that I'm using right now. This lens right here. And I told you guys the reason is it's wider than the 20 millimeter. I can grab the camera, hold it here. And when I get this other kit, when I get this stuff right here, and I get the LiveU Solo, and I go out and about, I'll be able to basically, I'll be able to hold the camera. Yeah, so this stuff. So this is the LiveU Solo. This is the LiveU Solo Pro. Sorry, this is the LiveU Solo Pro right here, $1,500. This is the LiveU Solo Pro 4 modems. So I'll be able to get both of these for $2,500 total, right? Call it 2,600. Except you don't have to pay taxes when you're doing trade-ins because your money's going towards it. So it's like that that difference. You don't have to pay taxes. So actually, I won't even pay this tax because I'm trading in all of this stuff. So I'm trading in $3,667 worth of two cameras, two phenomenal cameras. That each one of these cameras would be end game for any person. I just had these as overkill. I was doing podcasting. I had to record multiple angles. That's why I had all these lenses. I was recording multiple angles, doing different kinds of recordings. I was doing some stuff outside and inside, and I was doing product photography for some of my businesses that I run. And I realized that the FX3 is able to do 100% of the product photography and all that kind of stuff. Because with product photography, guys, just so you know, everybody makes a big, huge deal about quality and this and that, all this stuff, but nobody talks about the fact that when you go to upload those to Shopify, if you have a Shopify store, if you have your own website, you are limited to how much you're gonna be able to like quality that you can use. Because if you go high quality, the image file is so large that first of all, they won't even let you upload it to Shopify. Second of all, if you put it on your website loads slower than other websites, so your SEO gets ranked lower. All right? It's just a fact. So that's why I've been able to use this Sony FX2, I'm sorry, FX3, and it's been plenty for product photography. Anyway, going back to what I was talking about. So what I want to do, guys, is essentially this. I have this camera on order already with B&H Photo. This one right here. And it's coming soon. It's not out yet. I have it on order. It's releases and it ships out next month. So I have like 3 to 4 weeks to decide on what I want to do. And what I want to do now is cancel the order for this camera. And I want to go with these two items right here. LiveU Solo Pro for $1,500 and the modems that go along with it for $1,000. And it's going to be a total of $2,600. And with that, I'll still have money left over to get this lens right here. And so this lens, guys, is a 16-35 power zoom. So again, I'm going to go back to this camera here and show you guys what I'm talking about. With the FX3, I have a zoom rocker right here. So I can zoom in and out right there. That's in, that's out. Oh, sorry, backwards, that's out. So I'll be able to utilize that lens. So let me go back to the FX3. So I'll be able to utilize the functionality of the zoom rocker on this camera for this lens right here. And it will basically, it'll be, let me go to a different picture of it. There's a better picture. You could use the side buttons right here, but I could just utilize the buttons on literally on my FX3 while I'm live streaming with you guys. This is a 16 millimeter up to 35. And if you look at this, we're at 16 millimeters now. The camera, I'm touching the lens right now, literally touching it right now. And you're able to see not only me, but everything behind me. And so if I go out and I'm live streaming, and even here, when I'm doing my stuff around here, I'm doing the live streaming here with you guys, you're able to see my environment and see everything else around me. And I don't have to hold the camera out like this at 16 millimeters. 16 millimeters, I could be right here and you're going to see everything. Okay. And it goes up to 35 millimeters with that lens. See that? It's a 16 to 35 with this lens. And when I go to 35, as I told you guys, as I just demonstrated with this camera right here, I'll be able to hit a button like this. It'll go even past 35 up to 50. And then if I use clear image zoom with that same rocker, it'll go like over 70 millimeters. So this lens right here will literally be 16 to, it'll be like 16 to like 70 plus millimeters if I utilize all those things that I'm using a lot now. So let me turn that off. There we go. So now we're in full 16 millimeter. So that's essentially what I'm going to do, guys, is now I've switched. I have my heart set on this now. So I'm going to go, I traded all this in last week. So that's already gone. That's already shipped out and that's already gone. So I already said goodbye to all this stuff and there's no love lost. I don't like using my A7 Mark IV anymore. I'll be honest with you guys. I don't like using the A7 IV because I enjoy the FX3 so much. The FX30 was cool, but I got tired of that crop. That FX30 was great, except it was cropped like this. So I'll have an amazing lens, but I'm already cropped in. And then if I want to do clear image zoom, I'm too even more zoomed in. Or if I want to do, the stability, it crops in. So this is on stability. This whole time I've been on stability. I can actually zoom out even further if I wanted to and go to, let me see if I can do this without jacking it up. Yeah. Oh, actually now we're on stability. I should have just kept it on this. This is good. Stability is good. Well, I don't need stability when I'm having this on my rig here, but when you had the FX30 in stability mode, it would give you this much of a crop too, right? So look at this crop right here, guys. I'll do it again so you can see it. This is without stability on. This is active stability on. So I get a crop there. And then with the FX30, you're already cropped in even more like that. So this is where I was with I had a 20 mil lens and it was like super cropped in. It just doesn't make sense. So I just wasn't using it. The camera would literally just sit there. So I'll just, there we go. So I'm happy to get rid of that. So here's that list again, guys. This is the list that I traded in. This is the quote, and this is the money I'm going to get from B&H Photo. This is 3667 for 4 different lenses plus those 2 cameras, full frame A7 IV and a crop sensor FX30. You can see the numbers. So there they are. I traded that in last week. It's done. And I don't care what they say. I'm just going to trade those in and say goodbye. And then I'm going to get this. I'm going to get this stuff right here. Just so you guys know, you guys can see what's going to happen. I'm going to show you guys all this stuff when I get it. Dude, just so you guys know, I was so set on getting that FX2 that I literally created already. I scheduled a live video for the unboxing. Look, it's right here. Look at that. You see that? That's a scheduled live video. Sorry, right there. See where it says upcoming? I literally scheduled this for August 18th when I'm expected to receive the FX2. I still have it on order on August 18th. Still expected to get it. But instead of getting this FX2 for $2,700, I'm going to get the LiveU Solo and the LiveU Solo, the LiveU Solo Pro and the 4 modems. So here's the 4 modems. Here's the LiveU Solo. It's $2,700 for these. I'm also going to get this lens to go along with it. Let's add it to cart. No, we don't need protection. That's why we're getting good lenses, so we don't need to buy protection. And then now let's go to our cart again. Now the cart with this lens right here, Sony 16-35 f4, LiveU Solo Pro, and the Solo Pro, the modems and the Solo Pro, all that together is 4K. So now we have an insane setup. Insane setup, guys, for live streaming, for IRL, for running around. I can put a little backpack on and just go hit it. Now, there's another option, guys, just so you know. I'm going to show you this too. You can buy this from this company right here. This company is called Unlimited IRL. You could see right there, unlimited IRL. So this is unlimited. They make their own. They have these backpacks that they have partnered up with, and this setup with all this stuff here for $2,100. So it's the LiveU Solo, which is this guy right here, this $1,500 LiveU Solo, and the backpack, and some wires and some little things. And instead of paying $1,500, you're paying $2,100 for all that kind of stuff. The camera and stuff is optional. See that? It's optional. And so is the monopod. This monopod that you see right here, this is all optional. So you get the backpack with the cables. I think you get the cables. I'm pretty sure. Here, let's just build it. So I'll click buy now. So you can see here, guys, it's $2,700 with the camera and $2,100 without. And for me, without the camera, I'm already paying. Well, let's just build it. Let's keep going. So I'm gonna go with this without the camera because I don't need the camera. If you guys are doing this and you got no camera and this is like your first time doing it, and you're just going nuts, spending $2,700 and you have no camera to your name, I guess yeah, do that camera and you really are going to be set up and ready. But if you already got your camera, you go here and we'll just say 1. And then we're going to say configure, continue to configure. So now we just did that for 2,100. Now it's asking us, do you want 2 modems or 4 modems? I want 4 modems. Here it's $895. For me on B&H Photo, it's $995. But this kit comes with a belt pack and some stuff. So here for $100 cheaper, you get the 4 modem kit. I don't know. This might even come with a belt pack too, but they have a backpack. So why would you wouldn't even use that. So let's just add that. So we're going to add that. Now it's asking me if I want to add a battery, an additional battery, because it comes with a battery. So this is an additional battery. Do I want to add this little lens protector for the camera? And do I want to add an additional set of wires? It already comes with the wires, already comes with the battery. And then this is all additional stuff. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to say zeros across the board. And now you got this set up here, right? So we have this kit, and this kit you can see is $2,990. Call it 3K, right? 3K. You get the IRL backpack without the camera, and you get the 4 modems for $3,000. And for my setup, if you take the camera out, if you take the lens that I got out, so this lens out, let's just say remove, and you got the 4 modems and the back and the LiveU Solo Pro itself, we're at $2,700. So guys, it's $320 for the backpack and some cables, and I don't know what else. Oh, the battery. They have a battery. Me, if I go with this setup here, if I just buy this stuff here, the 2 modems, the LiveU Solo and the 2 modems, then I'll be able to utilize my own backpack, which I have already. I have a nice backpack. I just got this backpack in Milan. in Italy. So check this out. This is literally a Louis. I went to the actual Louis store in Italy, and this is the leather. It's actual real leather, not the canvas Louis, that you see everyone has. This is actual leather Louis. It's not cheap. This was quite an upgrade, but it's a lightweight backpack and it's like a bucket style backpack. Okay, so you see it has one opening in the top and one zip on the side, and it collapses. But here's the cool thing: it's just got one little thing here and something on the top. So if I'm live streaming, I can go in and out of this backpack easy. But look at the size of this backpack for how lightweight this is. Look at that. It's huge. I have massive hands, and look at the size. It's like as bigger than my huge hands. Look at that. And look how big like this thing gets. It's like it's insane, guys. And it's like, look at the bucket, like how big it is inside of this thing. It's just absolutely crazy. So the other cool thing is you put your stuff in here, you pull these drawstrings, it goes like that, right? And then you flip this over and you're done. And you're jamming. And the only thing that I got to worry about with this backpack setup is, if it's going to overheat. Like the LiveU will be inside here. If you look at the IRL backpack setup, let me pull this up for you guys real quick. And X out of this. If you look at this setup, the Solo is on the outside. So that's the only thing. Now, I have read from people that use the Solo before that it doesn't really get as hot as people say or doesn't overheat, but they have it on the outside in case it overheats, and so you can like have quick access to the buttons. I won't need that. Like I'm just gonna hit record or hit play, and it's gonna be live streaming to you guys, and we're just gonna go for like probably a couple hours. That's what we're gonna do. And I think with this backpack, I'm not going to have that issue because, first of all, it's very lightweight and it breathes a lot, and the top is open. Like this is literally just open. See that? Nothing's going to come out, but I just pull it apart and it's just wide and open like that. See that? And so, I think this will be fine, and that's the only thing that I got to worry about with this backpack. I like the backpack a lot, so I'll enjoy using it even more, to be honest, instead of having some random backpack that it's a huge difference from these two backpacks. Anyway, so that's what I'm looking at, guys. I'm gonna pull this up for you guys again. I traded this already last week. It's going to B&H. It should arrive there tomorrow or the day after. They'll evaluate it and give me the credit to my account. I'm going to take that money and I'm going to buy this right here. And it's these two, the LiveU and the LiveU Solo. So with these, I'll be able to go live stream on the go. I just throw these things in my backpack and connect my camera to this unit right here on the side, HDMI. And it has 4 different modems, and those 4 modems have 4 different SIM cards from 4 different carriers so that I could live stream in 1080p HD or higher without having choppiness or like bad signal or like, just connection problems in general. So I could literally just be out and about, driving around, going places, doing things, going to events, going to club meets and stuff like that. And just have a good time live streaming without having to worry about my service and my connection. And that's what it is. If I can do that and not have to worry about that stuff, I'll be a happy camper. I'll be using this FX2 camera and it'll just be a blast. So the only other thing that I have to worry about is like the HDMI port on this thing. So this thing, I've heard that the HDMI port is not that great, but I haven't seen it yet, so I couldn't tell you. So that port right there, hopefully it's gotten better over time, but they have something that you could buy that connects. It's a bracket that goes and kind of clamps down on the cable that's connected to it so that it doesn't like move around too much. So we'll see how that goes. But that's the kit, guys. So instead of getting this FX2 for $2,700, I already have this on order. I literally have this on order. It's coming in, and I have this video I already scheduled on August 18th to do the unboxing of it. But instead of doing that, I want to do this. I want to get the LiveU Solo with the 4 modem kit, use my FX3 camera, and use I'm going to use either this 16 to actually 16 millimeter 1.8 or a 16 to 35 f4. Now to show you that, I also have this camera too. So I do also have this ZV-1M, which is a phenomenal streaming camera. You can see how big I have big hands, but you can see how small it is. It's just a tiny, tiny little camera, pocket-sized camera. But now I'm going to switch, and so you could see the camera that I'm using now, and watch this. So this is what I'm recording on right now, or this is what you guys are watching me on right now. This is the FX30 and full frame cinema camera. And this is what I'm going to use for live streaming. When I get the LiveU, I'm going to use this. And either this lens, this is the 16 millimeter 1.8, which is a very recent lens that just came out. And I'm going to use this, or I'm going to use a 16 to 35 so that it could zoom in. This lens is fixed, prime lens. It doesn't zoom in, but I'm going to get a lens that does zoom in. And I just demonstrated it for you guys, but I'll show you. This lens, I can zoom in even though it's fixed because I have a crop. This is a full frame camera, and I can hit this button and it zooms in. So I'm in crop sensor mode right now, zoomed in. So I just went from a 16 millimeter fixed lens to like 35 millimeters just by hitting a button on the side of my camera. And you can do that with a lot of full frame, the recent Sony cameras. On top of this, watch this. If I hit this, here, let's zoom in on my coffee. On top of this, right? So this is 16 millimeter right here. This is zoomed into 35 millimeters just by clicking a button to go to crop sensor mode. Now this is clear image zoom right here. I'm literally using a button on the side to zoom in even further. Look at that. Now we're at like 50 plus millimeters. So this is zoomed out again to the crop sensor. And now we're back at 16 millimeters. Now imagine if I had the 16 to 35 lens on here and I zoomed in to 35 on the lens, and then I hit this button and went crop sensor mode, and then I zoomed in even more with this, right? Then I'm at 70 millimeters, guys. That's the crazy part. So that's why full frame cameras are heavily underrated. I know people are going to tell you FX30 and all these other, ZV-E10 and all this stuff are insane cameras and go get those and stuff. And the lenses are cheaper. And dude, there's so much versatility with these Sony full frame cameras. It's way, way, way underrated. So you guys are seeing that right now live. But so that's what I'm looking to do, guys. I'm going to stay with my FX3, and I'm going to stay with this ZV-1M, and I'm going to show you the picture on this one more time. This is the ZV-1M. This is me zooming in. Look at Sherby down. Look at Sherby down here, guys. He looks like he's dead. This is what he does, bro. He's such a trippy little beta, bro. Look at him. Look. Come here, bro. Where are you at? Where are you at? Come on. Come on out. Come on out. Come on out. Come on out, bro. I know you're hungry, bro. Come on. You're always hungry. I should have named Sherby. I should have named him Hippo, bro. He eats and eats, and he just, dude, he jumps out of the water. He'll jump out to here, literally out to here, and grab his food. And sometimes he gets mad when I don't feed him like that. If I just drop the food in there, he gets kind of mad because he wants to jump out. Anyway, this is the ZV-1M, guys. I'm zooming out. Let me turn it around. Let me show you like a little bit more so you could see like it's a beautiful lens. It's a beautiful camera. It's a beautiful setup in this little lens, in this little camera. But I will have this and the FX3 that I'm on, that I just showed you guys. And that's enough. I don't need to get an FX2. Though the main reason I wanted to get the FX2 is because I'm always used to having like 3+ really good cameras to choose from, because I was doing not only product photography for businesses that I run, but also I was doing podcasting with multiple guests, including myself. And you need different angles, and you need lenses that would work to get, so you can keep the camera far away but still be zoomed in. That's why I had 50 millimeters. So look, this is the list that I traded in. This was all podcasting stuff. Photography camera. The A7 IV is a photography camera. I literally traded this stuff in. All of this. The one that hurt me the most trading in was a 20 millimeter 1.8 lens, believe it or not. But I can't be happier now that I have the lens that I'm using now. So I'm going to have these two cameras, FX3, ZV-1M. I'm going to have a LiveU Solo Pro, this thing right here, so that I can throw it in my backpack, connect my camera, whichever camera I decide, connect it to this unit, and be live streaming on the go. And now I'm doubling down on live streaming that I'm enjoying so much. You know, so much. I first I was like a little, I had stage fright. Now I'm good, you know? And now I can double down on it and have a blast and use these tools right here to go further, to give a solid connection when I'm out in the car driving. When I pull up to events in different places, I'll be ready to rock and roll. So that's what it is, guys. That's my dilemma. That's what I'm on now. And here's the lens where's the lens? Is that lens still on here? No. Here's the lens right here. This is the lens that I want to get. It's $1,200 bucks. So this is literally what I'm going to do. So let's go add to cart, view cart. Here's the full list. So this is what I'm going to get. Instead of getting an FX2 and this lens, I'm going to get this lens right here. And I'm going to get the LiveU Solo Pro modems, the 4 modem kit for worldwide. So we can go to Italy. We can go to, you know, Greece. We can go to like all these different places and have fun on the go, live stream. And we'll have the unit itself. And I already have a sick ass backpack. Like, why do I want to go get those guys' backpack when I have this thing? I just literally just spent like, I'm not gonna. You guys can look it up. It's a lot. It's like I think it was like 4, 5, 6K or something. I don't even remember. But I got that at the Louis store in Italy, in Milan. But this time with the backpack and with this equipment, I'll be able to go out there again and live stream, and you guys can watch and see what we're doing, where we're going, what we're eating, and all that fun stuff, you know. And we're gonna evaluate this stuff. So if you guys want to get this kind of equipment, you know, we'll go do it. So that's my dilemma. I still got more to go on this. I'm still thinking about it. I'm still doing a bunch of research to see exactly what I want to do. But I think that's it, guys. That should be it. I really should. This backpack, I'm not gonna get this kit right here. I'm not gonna do this. And I think I've made my mind to, you know, cancel my order on this, which I already have placed, and go with this. This right here. Oh, let me do a refresh. And now we got the 3 units that I'm going to get. This, and this. And again, guys, one last time, this is what I traded in, right? This is what I traded in. All this stuff. I know I'm going to get blasted by people that are like, dude, why would you trade all that stuff and all this stuff? But dude, watch till you see how much fun we're going to have with this stuff. I think it's going to be nuts. Anyway, guys, thank you for joining my live. Appreciate you guys. Love you guys. Like, subscribe, and let's keep this going. And I'm going to keep you up to date when I get this stuff. I'm going to keep you guys up to date. We'll go through this equipment when I get it in. All of this stuff, this LiveU stuff right here. We're gonna go through that stuff together, and you're gonna see how it works, and I'm gonna pick it apart and have fun with it, and we're gonna see what setups work the best. So you guys want to start live streaming, you guys can do it too, and see what I'm doing. I'll be the guinea pig, you know. So anyway, guys.